So in Buddhist teachings, you say there is like skillful means and compassion is to go together. So like feminine, masculine is to go together. So the knowledge without wisdom and compassion makes the atom bomb. But only compassion and wisdom without the knowledge makes exhausting the ability to serve another. So it has to be always like a balance between skillful means and compassion and wisdom and emptiness. My name is Zofia. I'm ordained since more than 11 years in Drigong Kagyu tradition. I am born in Warsaw, in Poland, but since many years I'm living in Germany, in Munich, south part of Germany. And yes, next week it will be my birthday, and I will turn to 67. When I'm coming from, you never know when you are coming from. But perhaps you're just physically on the relative level.
Thank you very much for that answer. Then next question is about something that bothers you from your own community. Which problem do you see often in community that bothers you the most?
Yeah, perhaps too much tight. Perhaps the openness is missing. You know, like this open-hearted for another traditions. I think it's the most important and most, perhaps disturbing is not a good word, but I mean like in this direction, yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that one. Now, next question. If you were writing the book of the history of humanity, what is the name of our era?
So it says we are living now in the degenerate time, and I think I agree with this opinion. So the Buddhist master saying that is now is this degenerate with all of weapons, all of diseases, all of hatred, and yeah. But I mean, everything is also impermanent. So the hope is that everything which is good is passing away, everything which is wrong is also passing away. And we cannot say good and wrong, but it just happens.
Hey, ¿cómo están? Una breve pausa para que puedan digerir y absorber un poco mejor este contenido. Yo soy Héctor Escajadillo, la persona que está detrás de estas entrevistas. Hago un podcast que se llama Con los pies en la tierra y ahora estoy muy contento de contarles que voy a estar compartiendo música. Así que si les gusta el proyecto, suscríbanse en todas las plataformas y todas las redes sociales @Héctor Escajadillo para que no se pierdan absolutamente nada y compartan si es que les gusta esto que ven y escuchan. Quiero decirles también que estos contenidos fueron grabados en Ikal, un hotel muy bonito en Tulum, en uno de los encuentros que ellos realizan todos los años, que se llama Restaura, que tiene como columna vertebral todos los saberes ancestrales. Entonces, si les gusta esto que están escuchando y por ahí les interesa, quédense hasta el final para que escuchen de qué se trata este encuentro. Y bueno, los dejo continuar con el contenido. Cámara, que estén muy bien.
Why do you think there's a special interest right now in our young people to go towards this ancestral knowledge?
I think it's perhaps too much knowledge just now. However, knowledge is very important. And also I can only say what Buddhist teachings are saying, because I'm the mostly familiar. So in Buddhist teachings, you say there is like skillful means and compassion has to go together. So like feminine, masculine is to go together, because there is nothing which is separated. This is the union. So the knowledge without wisdom and compassion makes the atom bomb or wars and weapons. But only compassion and wisdom without the knowledge makes people perhaps also exhausting the ability to serve another. So it has to be always like a balance between skillful means and compassion and wisdom and emptiness.
Okay. Nothing to add to that reflection. Next question is about politics. Politics and spirituality. What's the relationship between them? Why do you think people is not talking about politics here in this sort of gathering? I'm just inviting you to give any sort of reflection on these two aspects of life which are important.
It's a bit difficult for me, but I mean, yeah, perhaps this is like this, that we're also saying in Buddhist teaching, samsara and nirvana, the wish to go to the nirvana, but not abandoning the samsara. I mean, I think there are a lot of subjects in this world, they are not very comfortable to speak over. And people are coming here, it's like paradise, with all this ocean and this warm climate and the sun and this wonderful people here. So everybody wants to enjoy. But I think we cannot abandon it. It's not possible because there is the time and there is our system and our countries. We are living here. So just if we speak about or not speak about, they're still here. So I do not want to judge or to say something it's wrong or it's not wrong. I mean, it's here, and perhaps we can, when we are engaging, to have also an impact on this. But then you have really engaged into the political life. But when now, that just let it be. Pray for them, have the compassion for everybody who is involving, and perhaps because when they involve and when they doing things they are good for the countries, then it's good. But when not, so just pray for them because they generating also bad karma for themselves. So just have compassion.
Yeah. Thank you for that reflection. Next question is about impermanence. What changes in your life when you face and accept and embrace that everything is impermanent?
Yeah, just recognizing the reality. Because, everything is changing every second and every millisecond. So we're just speaking and we are not the same like before the interview. We do not notice it because, still you're looking like this, I'm looking like this, but we are not the same. So when you stuck to permanence, you cannot develop. Because when this is permanent, then cannot change. So when you understand and perhaps also contemplate about impermanence, you can understand the real reality. And it helps you to have a less attachment to all these things, good or bad or nice or not nice. Also, I mean, when we are here, it's just like these days like a dream. When we have attachment, then when we go, so say, oh, so pity, it was so nice, and then now we don't have all these wonderful things, all this ocean and the water. So this is like a bit poison. It spoils, this experience of having this wonderful days here. But then, when you understand that it's impermanent, so everything what is have the beginning has also the end. Everything what is born has to die. Everything what is accumulated diminished. So perhaps like in this way.
Thank you very much for that reflection again. And we continue speaking about death now. In which way can a person prepare for their own death?
So okay, in our world and in our communities, the death is how to say very uncomfortable subject. Nobody's speaking about that. Also old age and illness and so on. But I mean, when you practice impermanence, you can really prepare for the death. Because, as we said just now, every body or everything which is who is born has to die. So we don't know anybody who didn't die. Even the historical Buddha died. Something like with 80 years old. So perhaps this, practicing impermanence, and or just be aware about the impermanence. And then perhaps develop less attachment, also to family, to friends, also to things. Perhaps we could prepare like this, that we can the things we accumulated when somebody accumulated some richness, some money, some, I don't know, business or something like this, to start to give to children or to friends or however. And then when you gave everything and you are dying, so you are free. And then perhaps also try to die like a very, very happy. Because for the yogis, the death, dying, is liberation. For us, when we hear about somebody died, we are very sad. For the yogis, opposite. When somebody is born, we are happy because the child is born. But the yogis say, okay, there's another one coming to the samsara.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, very wise.
and death belongs to life.
Exactly. It's an essential part. The last question. Can you share a question that has been rounding your mind, which you haven't been able to answer, and that can help people who are watching this to make that question for themselves and probably can help them?
Perhaps this question about why we cannot be, everybody on the world, like here in this place, like this here in Restaura. But everybody has this open heart, and everybody is so loving and kind and friendly to each other. Because I just meet people that I have never seen before, and we are embracing. We are just, okay, so nice to meet you, and what is your name? And everybody is so relaxed, and everybody is also for each other. So perhaps this question, why this paradise cannot be extended to the whole of our planet? Yeah, that place is simply really amazing. All this nature here, and all these also buildings when we are living here for these days, which are so beautiful, composed in the nature, and all this atmosphere, all this people coming together. This integration of all the traditions, and all this beautiful ocean and the beach, and you can go swim and you can relax
Okay.
beyond the dimensions.